because quality assets go up over time. That's our edge. That's why the money flow trading system works. We buy quality shit. You got to figure out what quality shit looks like. It's not a penny stock. It's not revenue. It's not growth plays. Those can work, but that's different than what we're talking about here. We're talking about here is just blind investing, every so often balancing. Up, man. Yes. Hope everybody can hear me. What's going on? Just a second here, man. We're gonna let's bring this up. Just got added some Bitcoin futures contracts here. What's up, Gavin? How you doing, bro? If you guys don't know, man, now you know. Hit that QR code, or simply go to the link here in the comments on YouTube. I think you can go to, if you're on Instagram, you can go to my bio link or Gerald Peters .info. Click QR code. We got the merch store. It's only going to be open until July 25th, and then I'm going to close it. Got some cool ass shorts and hats. What's going on, guys? So anyway, what's up? Hope everybody's doing all right. I just want to look at a couple of things. I didn't really like the way NVDA closed. What's up, brother? What's up? Brandon, what's going on, man? Sup. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let's see what's going on over here with Instagram. All right, right here I'm looking at actually a little Bitcoin on a 1 minute chart. I thought maybe we'd do a little teaching before I get into these two charts. First thing I ever do when I look at a chart is I look for a bottom and a top. I tend to look from the left over. I'll work my way backwards. I've got a video on YouTube where I talk about things that I look for immediately on a chart. As soon as I get there, first thing I'm looking at is RSI, and I'm looking left to right. Can I find any points that connect? And we're seeing a bunch of them right here. Now, this is Bitcoin on a 1 minute chart. I like to watch it at night. I find it interesting. It's a good way to practice your money flow skills. We'll leave that going, and we'll pull up this NVIDIA chart. Now, if you not noticed, I'll point it out here. This NVIDIA chart, motherfucker stopped on a doji, on an extreme RSI. Even the money flow hit. You're going to see that's rare. But, we got here. Let's save this. I'll put this in the money flow chart pack. So go check up on it. Let's blow it up a little here. Yeah, so if you're looking right here, I don't know why it's got that there, but it does. That's annoying. You're looking at NVIDIA stopped at a pretty nice round even number, 170 cents. That's what we call a doji. And a doji is a reversal signal. It's a reversal candle, I guess you might say. And that candle, what I'm looking for, or candle or bar, I tend to use bars. Sometimes I confuse people. I'm just talking what most people use. It's really when it's combined with an extreme RSI like we see going on here. I mean, we got the RSI's at 78. So the doji bar, it's a type of candlestick or price chart that represents indecision, really, on a price chart that represents indecision in the marketplace, right? It forms when a stock, crypto, or commodity, or any other asset opens and closes at or near the same price within a given time period. And that's what we see happening here. It's not a 100% doji. Now, we could have said the same here. and here. So we've had several. That's not common. You don't common have doji after doji like that. Now, if that's a characteristic of the chart you're looking at, then you just got to go with it. Some charts will post a lot of dojis, and then in that case, it doesn't really mean much. But I think we got to be aware that we're at all-time highs. The stock has hit $4 trillion. Now, I definitely wouldn't get out of it. But you might consider taking some down here. Let's pull this up, show these comments on the stage. I think that's new beta testing. Nice. What's going on? On the gram, we got a little bit of people. What's up, Graham? My man Henry's in the house. So yeah, there's different types of dojis you're going to see, small or non-existent real body open and close. Those are rare, but the little ones, we call those perfect dojis, where you have a little top, a little bottom, and a center. Those are perfect doji. And then you get more what I call the Jesus cross, where those tend to happen at bottoms, where you'll get the doji formation like we have here, but it'll have a longer body on it. Okay. So it'll be something like, we were going to draw it, be something like a down. Let's take that off. Let's do that. And then it would be like this, right? So that right there, what's up, Rich? How you doing, my man? That right there is a classic doji you'd see in a downtrend where price is doing like this. It goes up, and then we're back down, back down, back down, and then you get something down, and then you get that. And then you'll have price rip up, right? Rip up, rip up. And that right there became your anchor point, right? That was your anchor. And I've always used, well, I haven't always, but I use the term anchor because it's like dropping an anchor on a boat. Boom. And so we know if we see this pattern here, that right there, and especially if the bar before it is before it and the bar after it is above it, like we see here, where the doji itself is the bottom. Now it doesn't have to be the bottom. What's up, Lisa? Good to see you. It doesn't necessarily have to be the bottom. What time is it? Oh, it's only 11 o'clock out there in California. Doesn't have to be the bottom. There could be in one more candle, maybe. You're going to tend to see these in the boxes. And in a situation like that, you would have it more like, take it down. You might have it go down, down, down. Now it could flip and go up too, okay? Up, boom, boom, boom. You start to see it build out, right? And then you maybe get one of those ones like we just see here on the video. And so inside of that box, you get a doji. And whenever I get those, man, to me, it's a good sign. That means it's not only put in an anchor point right here, right? So we'll take this back over to anchor point. So, and it gives us a stop loss zone, right? All through in here, we could use as a stop. But that, when it does that, and then we get that move above or that breakout, that's our chance, right in there to buy. I mean, actually, you could have bought a little earlier in there. But seeing those dojis hit like that are beautiful. And it would be the same at the top, man. If you got one at the top, hold on, which is kind of what we're seeing here, that doji. But look, there's one right there. It's a good example of what I'm fixing to show you. So you have price march up, right? Puts in that doji. And the doji isn't the apex. The apex is right here, right? That apex is right there. It's a little earlier. but it's still ends up being part of that stage 3 box right there. Very common. Now here's another one. There's a few too many dojis on the video for me to. It's another example. So you had your reversal here. So your box is kind of in this area. Price starts to run, comes back into the box. You get the doji, and then you see the massive reversal. Let's see. So as a general rule, price is probably going to change directions when you get a doji. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Whenever you get a doji, but I pretty much ignore them unless, we have some extremes. I need to see an RSI extreme. I use, 14. Another extreme, or, prices hitting previous highs. That's what we saw right in here. Right. So you have all this previous high action going on over here, which is why this doji over in here, I would have, I think I did trim on that one. Ordinarily, that'd be the play, but that does show you an example of, yeah, okay, you got that. You got what looked like a box, and it was at a previous high, and it still kept going. And so there's something to the fact that, you don't necessarily want to, call the top and take all your money off, but it is definitely a signal that we might turn around here very quickly. Let's check out our 1 minute Bitcoin chart we're watching. All right, now I marked this one up. And you can see we hit our profit target. So typically if I'm swing trading, these previous highs, just like we showed on the video there, right? So I look left to right, or right to left, excuse me. And once we hit those, especially in the shorter term trading, like if I'm day trading or something, I mean, right in here, I mean, I'm taking some down because of, look, it stopped here a whole bunch of times. And we got our breakout here. And if, the shorter our trading, the quicker we take gains. Now, would I do that if this was a daily chart on a swing trade? Probably not. Probably not. Once it breaks through, and that's the great thing about shorter term trading, if it breaks through, cool, you can put it back on. So, I would take most off and then put it right back on if it holds. Uh-oh. He said, West Side. We're still out here working on the West Side. Well, we're out here working in Texas too, and it's like 1:30 in the morning. I had to come back to Texas and work on a house. And so we said the doji bar is a type of candlestick on a price chart that represents indecision in the market. It forms when a stock, crypto, or other asset opens and closes at near the same price. If you haven't noticed, let me see if I can pull it up here. You go to the petersreport.com, get the PDF that I put out. Put this out once a week. Looking for some writers too. If any of you guys think you could be a financial writer, write on money flow topics, subjects, ideas, like we do in the newsletter or the Substacks. If you think you got it in you and you got the time, get with me, man. Hit me up. Are you still looking for property in Tennessee? No, just couldn't find anything in the price range that I liked, man. Might go back to it, but as of right now, I'm not. All right, so GP's notes and homework. Something, I don't know, did I even have dojis? Oh, right here. I had doji on ENVX and IRM. So we'll check IRM or ENVX. Stock Charts is making us go to this new Sharp Charts workbench here. And you can see this could be an, wow. Let's draw this out just a second. Okay. I guess it felt like it needed to copy what it did last time. If you look right in there on ENVX, you're going to see the doji. I'll blow it up in just a second. And you'll notice starting to get a slight curl. The MACD's already turned. The money flows off the fucking charts. And when it hit money flow last time, you'll see it turned around, right? And obviously the RSI is screaming. So let's save that. I'll put that on. If you go to public chart lists on stock charts, you can see a lot of the stocks that I'm looking at. I guess it had to do this little pop just to make it even. Look where it stopped. I mean, right exactly at the other one. Crazy, huh? Always amazes me. Always amazes me. And if this would have, okay, so you see, that is a very bearish candle, by the way. So I can take this over some. This candle right here at this 1463, where it shot up, it tags the previous high. I mean, right on the money, and just turns around. And if you look, the close is at the low of the bar, below the open. That is a rejection of higher prices. That is a very negative, especially ordinarily I wouldn't even pay it attention. But when it comes on an 82 RSI and a 97 on the money flow, which is very rare, and the MACD histogram is already decided it's turning, meaning momentum, the upside is losing momentum. And what happened in there is it's measuring these bars. And it's saying, hey, it's slowing down. You can see it too. The bars get smaller, smaller, smaller. Almost a doji. Almost a doji. That one right there is, that's, I mean, I would call it a doji. So if this comes back into this box, I mean, that's as bearish as it gets. Doesn't mean you got to sell it, but it does alert you to the fact that, hey, this thing might come down. Or at the very least, you might get a chance to add some more shares later. Because, you know, that's the flow of the market. It's not going to go straight to its true value. It's going to go through just stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And eventually, hopefully, what we're hoping is that the stocks that we're in get to some sort of true value or fair value. For me, on this one, it's $30. Currently trading at 14. Now, we looked at NVDA. This is ENVX. I might trim some. I don't know. So far, I hadn't. I'm up pretty good in this. Nothing to be wrong with taking some down. Seems highly unlikely to me. It keeps going higher. If anything, it consolidates. You put it right back on. Just some food for thought there. Brandon G says, that's an amazing swing. Perfect MFG trade. It was perfect. It was a perfect money flow trade. You were right there, sir. What do you mean when you say doji? So J&L marketing came in a little late. But repetition is the mother of skill. Let's show him the one on the video. J&L, right here. A doji, there's one right there. All a doji is, it's a bar or a candle is a type of candle or bar where the price that represents indecision. So the market's going to open and close at the same price. It forms when the stock or crypto open. It could be a commodity. An example would be, let's get rid of the arrow. So here's your bar. And then the open and the close are exactly the same. That, my friend, is a doji. Classic sign of a possible reversal. You can go up and read on them. Now, when these things are the most valuable is when everything else is on an extreme. You got the RSI about to hit an extreme or extreme. You've got a stage 3 box building. I mean, so you say, okay, well, you have all the other stuff. I know, but when I get the doji, I'll jump it. Maybe the signal isn't even confirmed yet. I'm jumping it. If I'm day trading, I jump it. It's just, it's that powerful to me, and I see it work that much. But it's not without fool. We saw it where it kept running. Even after right in here, it put in a doji, it still kept running. So everything's not perfect, right? But in day trading, man, swing trading too, I guess, 30-minute trade. All right, so we covered in the video, we looked at ENVX. On my board, it showed one more, didn't it? Peters report, if you go to my homework in the back, page 37 this week, Iron Mountain had one on Sunday as well. Actually, this doji from my board would have been from last Friday. Homework's done on Sunday, publish it on Sunday night at midnight. So Iron Mountain. Let's switch this tab. No, let's put in Iron Mountain. IRM. Owned this one for a long time. Let's see. Huh. I don't know why I thought that was noteworthy. It was a doji, but I don't know what I was thinking on that one. I may have been talking about how many of them there are. Now you'll get some things you're going to trade, and you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, wow, this thing does not respect the 20-day moving average. And in the reality is a 10-day, or there's just some trade, there's just some assets, some stocks, some commodities, some coins, they just have their own unique personality. And that's what's great about trading the same things a lot, is you can kind of start to see that. Twitter used to constantly drop below 20, back above, drop below 20, back above. And then some other stocks will respect it and like just travel right up it, like you see on this chart. Look at SoFi. A friend of mine's in the double. He got it in the double. What the hell is this? South Plains Financial, huh? I'll save that, come back to it. I like that chart. Yeah, so didn't mean to do that. I found a lot of stocks like that. All right, look at SoFi. Jesus fuck. Now, hold on. Oh man, hold on. And I hate doing this on here, but look at right here. See that? That is a doji, my friends. Is this one? Yeah, here's the problem. That one there, or what we might think is one, when they're both closed at the top, I don't know. They close the day at the top and they open at the top. So that's more what you call a wild card. To me, I'd read it as bullish. If we're candle reading and we're going candle by candle, that's pretty bullish. And that wouldn't have got me out day trading or swing trading at all. This one here, once you start getting the cross effect, I really would like to have seen it come down some. Yeah, this is a top. And then we can look at the screaming, look at the 78 RSI. Fucking MACD's already turned. The money flow is at an 80. That's pretty rare, guys. Look what happened last time it got to 80. Didn't really stop it, though. It just kind of pulled back some, didn't it? And so that's always the possibility, man. If this stock's going to run to, maybe this stock runs to $50, maybe this is one that makes a lot of money. I definitely wouldn't get out of it at all. Nothing wrong with taking some off and putting it back on, taking some off, putting it back on if you're trading it. Remember, it doesn't pay a dividend. Could you look at GBX? Looks like a good returning fund. Yeah, I'm not doing any second income stream shit right now. Let's see. Hey, Brandon, text me on that though, or DM me or something. You can always reach me by text. Most of you guys. Man, I have not trimmed any of this SoFi. I'm going to be honest. I have not. Let's see. I put my text number in there. Just text only, though. That's me responding. So, you know. It's me responding. So keep that in mind. Let's see. My man says there's a nice doji on EL. Is that Estee Lauder? EL. Let's see. Yep. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. Good one. Good eye. Good eye. Wow. There it is right there. That's an inside doji too. Now you can take your own notes, and I've been trying to work on some stuff on inside doji, stage 1 doji, stage 3 dojis, different types. Because again, I said I don't really pay attention to them until we get on extremes. This one here is a picture perfect. Boom. You see it right there? Picture perfect. Key characteristics of most dojis, they're small, non-existent real body. Sometimes they might have a long wick or what some people refer to as shadows. And you'll hear me call those Jesus crosses. So here's another one. You just got to get in out. Just start looking for them. Here is a hangman, they call it. And you say, why? There's the man. And there's his head. And he's hanging upside down. Those, you'll see those at tops right here. Come down. And then on the bottoms, you'll see the Jesus cross a lot. That's what I call it. Now, you can have the opposite. The doji is the doji. It's just that when you get them lined up like this, they're a little bit more powerful doji. But doji is a doji. It's really about price. Where to price open, where to price close. Now, here's something that happened right here. In some stocks, we'll put in bunches of them. And then some stocks only do it when you're about to see a turnaround. So you're going to have to kind of learn your stocks. But, man, that is a nice one right there. I kind of looked to see if there was any on this run, and I didn't see any. So the less I've seen, the more powerful it could be, if that makes sense to you. I hope it does. And that was Estee. Assume that was Estee Lauder, right? Yeah, nice doji there. What's up, Steve? All right. Okay, when you said fun, man, I thought it was you might have been talking from second income stream. I got you. So SoFi, ENVX, NVDA, man, I'd be looking to take some gains on those. Check back in on our Bitcoin trade here. We're trading a 1 minute chart. Now, if you remember what I talked about, I'm going to do a little day trading class with you here. It applies to everything, though. If you're aggressively trading, this was what we thought possibly was resistance, right? So when we got in over here, that's a stage 1. Oh, my bad. There we go. Here we go. This is Bitcoin trading right now at $118,240. I put on more Bitcoin futures contracts. I texted this out earlier today. Since we've been on here, I put contracts on Sol, and I'm already in XRP. Up about $230 on that one contract. That's not bad considering it didn't cost me much. What would it cost? Let me see. Hold on.
It's not the weather. I used to blame the weather, and I discovered it rains on the rich. So see, that won't help. Two men wake up one morning, there's a rainstorm on. One of them looks out his window, sees the rainstorm, and he says, wow, what a storm. With weather like this, they can't expect you to go out and make sales. He stays home. Same morning, the other guy looks out his window, sees the same storm, says, wow, what a storm. But he says, you know what, with weather like this, what a great day to go out and make sales. Most everybody will probably be home.
That's funny. Most everybody will be home. Yeah, the XRP contract right now is looks like it's $240 for one contract, and it's trading at a 5x. So you're getting 5x leverage on that. So my entry, it says, I got just now. Oh, I was on Bitcoin. That's okay, because that's futures. My entry is right over in here, in the 220 range. Sorry, here's the XRP chart. It's trading at $2.93. I got in right over in here. This is a daily chart. Now, here's the problem with the XRP. Also, the problem with me is I only got one fucking contract. So that's a problem. Look where we're at. Right? So as a chart reader, I'm like, fuck. We stopped here before. RSI is 80. Look what happened. Anytime the money flow is hit near the top, this thing's pulled back. Now we're blasting through it. We got the MACD signal and you got the TSI rolling over. This is on a XRP daily chart. I'll go ahead and save this in the money flow trade ideas. You know, that does not mean at all it can't keep pushing, man. Right? We know that. We know it can keep pushing. You can really see the power of a doji when you study previous highs, lows, and breakouts. Absolutely. It's a good point, Rich. So, unfortunately, I only bought one contract. Otherwise, I'd be selling one here. So now I got to do the old-fashioned stop loss. And I'll probably put one of those in tonight before I crash. I want to keep this money, and I've got other, so I'm probably going to look, where's the nearest pivot point? I mean, here, unless you went all the way back to like fucking here, we can't do that, right? So I'm going to call that right there, that 280 range, $2.80 is going to be my stop loss. That's pretty tight, but I don't want to give back this run, and in futures trading, that contract expires. So we're not married to it. It's not a stock. Can always get back in too. Back to the Bitcoin. All right. Now look, what's happening here in real time is exactly what we're seeing on the XRP chart, where it's run up, right? Everything's, here we go. Sorry. 118. Bitcoin's trading at 118,257. We see this little run here. Man. This is a 1 minute chart, though. I'm over here sweating. This is a 1 minute chart. I was using this for illustration earlier. Let's take it to a 30 minute, which is what I trade on. So on a 30-minute chart, we're doing all right. Should have got back in right in here. So I was kind of slipping. Had a lot going on today. Couldn't really watch as close as I wanted to. People helping me were out. So I just didn't feel comfortable putting on a trade just yet. So we see this stop loss zone. And this here I call kangaroo tail. This stuff that breaks support like that. But if you notice when it breaks it, the next bar is right back above it. So back into what we refer to as back in the box. And that just, for me, establishes this point here. And so the buy would have been right in here. As soon as it got above the 5, man, in a perfect world where you're watching it and you're there. Otherwise, that candle, that bar, right? And look, you'd been up already. That was at what, 117,000. Now we're at 118,000 some change. That's a 1,000-point move just because you're paying attention. 1,000-point move just because you're watching in Bitcoin. Now we're doing it leveraged 3-to-1 futures contracts. You can trade nano contracts for like $50. So you could be in here trading this stuff on the futures using, let's see, let me act like I'm going to buy it. This is the Bitcoin July 25th contract. Act like I'm going to buy one, see what it costs. It's on Coinbase. You just got to sign up for it. Much easier than using any futures platforms I've used. Right now, Bitcoin is at a 5x. I don't quite know why the leverage goes up and down, to be honest. I need to figure that out. I'm not sure why. Indicates the ability to open an order with an investment leverage margin. Yeah, it's magnified times 5. That's what they're saying. Now, the big boy is gold. Gold is like 20 fucking times. So I've put up $300 in a gold trade and turned it into 3,000 pretty easy. You can lose that 300 too. Can't post comments to some destinations. What the fuck? Based on my previous comments, my comments can't be shared in certain locations. All right, so that's Bitcoin. And you can see the difference on the 30-minute chart where it looks like it's just getting going. And if we break this, boom, we're headed up, man. We're headed up. Also, anytime I can get Bitcoin underneath the 200 period. Now, again, it's the 30-minute. Let's back it up to the daily. Let's take it to an hour. Okay, a 1 hour chart. We see us moving, right? Man, I like this. This is a 1 hour chart. Previous high. Got a little box spot here. I mean, as a trader, you got to like this. And we got two. You could even do 2 stop points just because they're both so obvious. If you wanted to go like a much larger trade than normal right now, with a half a stop right here and the other half down here. Does that make sense? That's something I'll do sometimes. I'm a tier stop it. So let's say if I'm doing contracts, or I could be doing Bitcoin, but contracts give you a lot more leverage when it comes to Bitcoin. So let's say I got a chunk going. I'm willing to lose half down to here and then the other half down here. It makes the market really extend, but you don't take as big a hit. Shit, I'm tempted to buy more. Man, 5x, huh? Yeah, let's buy one more. I just added one more. I shouldn't have done that probably. All right, so I'm at 7 Bitcoins. Scary. Don't fall asleep with these motherfuckers. And look, the MACD, the reason I did that, I was going to tell you, the MACD clicked up. Even though the whole trade looks okay, it looks good. It does look good. If you look at the TSI, it's kind of spread open. And then as the MACD is turning in price, all it's got to do is jump above that right there. And then you easily got to run up to the 120,000 range. We got it breaking across the RSI 55. Man, I like all of that I'm seeing on Bitcoin. That's just from a pure trading point of view. So that was a few stocks, man. I'm going to let it close it up right there. We covered the Doji. We covered it pretty well. Standard doji, common types of dojis are the standard doji. Open and close are almost identical. We talked about that. Signals indecision. The market doesn't know what to do. A long-legged doji, super upper or lower wicks, high volatility, total uncertainty. Means the market has no idea. But we talked about, we call one a hangman. He's a man hanging upside down, and I call the other one a Jesus cross. To me, it makes it easier. Some people call those gravestones. Open and close at the bottom range. Remember we saw that one doji where it was at the very, very bottom. Look like this. They're rare. Like that. It's like right at the bottom. They call it a dragonfly. Now, I don't use these terms. But, when it goes like that, And so a perfect doji, let me get rid of the thing. Perfect doji is like that, So they call it a dragonfly. The top, the open and close are exactly the same at the top. And then the gravestone is right here. The open and close are exactly the same at the bottom. I appreciate that, Lisa. Hey, if you guys don't know, MFG merch store is open, be open till the 25th, which is when our Bitcoin contracts expire. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Hit the QR code. I've got a link here in the chat too. You go all the way back. Pull it up. Again, it'll be closed. Anything you do will help us, man. It's how we keep this show on the road. Also, looking for some writers. If anybody thinks they can write, do a little research, understand the money flow, my content, and got time on your hands and you like writing, you got to like writing, you got to like stocks, or you're going to be miserable. And you want to get involved, man. Stuff pays, pays money. So I don't want people doing it to, do we get in the Discord for buying merch? No. Discord separate. So I am looking for a couple writers. It is a paying gig. They got to really like the money flow. Otherwise, it just doesn't work in my experience. Which means they're probably in the MFG, I would think. Hopefully that's the case. May not be. I may have to go outside. I hope not, man. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything I missed. I'd be looking at trimming ENVX, be looking at trimming NVDA, be looking at trimming, what was the other one looked at? SoFi. Now, I'll tell you what, JNL, if you buy $2,000 in merch, you can come in Discord. We'll take you. Honorary. So I'm up $13 on my sole purchase. I'm going to show you this real quick. Now get out of here. Solana. Just picked up contracts on it. Hoping for a breakout above here. If not, we'll take it down. I'm using obviously a much shorter time frame. I'm on a 30-minute chart here. Well, not sharing it, am I? So you see this nice money flow pattern on the 30-minute chart. And I'm betting that we break through and run up to it's 167. Entries down here about 160, but I think you can still get in right now. I do. I think you can still get in right now. Let's see. Late night Gatorade, GP's on point. Yeah, man. Get the book, man. They're all good stuff. Yeah, got the Gatorade, man. The Gatorade is on point. Appreciate you guys. Anything I can do, man, let me know. Same for you, Instagram. Let's see. I'm going to watch this Bitcoin for just a minute.
Especially the sales. See, that's the difference in how your life works out. It's not what happens, it's what you do. So here's one of the key questions of the evening. Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do that'll make a change in your life's direction? Good question. What are you going to do starting tomorrow that'll make a difference? Now, see, if you don't do something starting tomorrow that'll make a difference, guess what? It's going to be the same. And see, that way you can guess what the next 5 years are going to be like. Look at the last 5. Because the next 5 are going to be like the last 5 unless you, major key, tomorrow, change it all. Or change a little, or change something, or don't change. It's choice time. You can do whatever you want. But it's nice to know any day you wish you can change your whole life. What can you do starting tomorrow that'll make a difference? Good question. What can you do with economic chaos, massive disappointment? What can you do with a broken heart? What can you do when it won't work? Good question. So if I had a word with you tonight, one-on-one.
Why? Because quality assets go up over time. That's our edge. That's why the money flow trading system works. We buy quality shit. You got to figure out what quality shit looks like. It's not a penny stock. It's not revenue. It's not growth plays. Those can work, but that's different than what we're talking about here. We're talking about here is just blind investing every so often balancing.